Hello friends, my name is Shayla and today I have my first quarter book haul for you. Sorry I'm a little winded. I've been lifting a bunch of books. It's the most physical exertion I've done for myself in the last week or so. So your girl's gotta get back in shape. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive right in because there's a lot. I'm gonna start with the things gifted to me by my friends over at Forever Romance. I am forever grateful for them for continuing to work with me. I would be remiss to not mention them in my hauls because they have been so kind to me for years now. Like, thank you Forever, you really helped me out a lot. And then we will get into the stack of my own hard-earned money stuff. So first up, we have Unforgiven by Jake Crownover. This is the next book in the Loveless Texas series. I really enjoy this cowboy romance series. I'm gonna link all my wrap-ups for the last quarter down below. So if I've read it, all the information's there, because if I try to explain them, we're gonna be here all. Next up, we have Starting Over at Blueberry Creek. And again, this one is a girl next door style romance, really cute. Then we have Mermaid Inn that's like very Gilmore Girls feeling. It all takes place around an old aging inn and a small town with wacky things like mermaid parades. It's really cute. I really like it. This is a second chance romance. Very good. Then we have I'll Be Watching You. This is a romantic suspense that I mentioned in my most recent wrap up, so you can check that out. And then we have Cowboy Come Home, which is one of the novels in the Once Upon a Time in Texas series. I did get the first book in the series, Big Bad Cowboy. I forgot to grab it off the shelf. So I received both of those this quarter and I've read them both, thoroughly enjoyed them. And then we also have Can't Hurry Love by Melinda Curtis. This is a single parent romance. It's really well done. Really, really like it. That is it for my stack from Forever. Again, thank you to my friends at Forever Romance. You are forever kind, and I am just grateful that you continue to work with me. Let's keep going with this mass market paperback size, and then we'll slowly go into the bigger sizes. So first up, we have Dark Fever by Karen Marie Moning. This is a paranormal romance centered around Fae that I've been told for years to read, so I'm finally picking it up, and I'm finally going to give this one a try. And then I have Dragonbane, which is a Dark Hunter novel. This is one of the ones that I was missing that I need to read before I read Stygian. So I will be getting to this sooner rather than later. Then we have Vendetta Road by Christine Feehan. This is a Torpedo Inc. novel. I've not read anything from this series, but I have read Christine Feehan's Carpathian novels, and I really enjoy her writing. So I'm excited to try a Motorcycle Club style series from her. And then I picked up Skinwalker by Faith Hunter. I read the spin-off series to this series, loved it, so I really want to go back and read the Jane Yellow Rock series. And then I recently received Serpentine by Laurel K. Hamilton, which is one of the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter novels. I don't know if this is a good entry point or what. I've not read anything in the series, so do I need to start at the beginning? Y'all need to tell me down below. And then I have Magic Bites. This is the first book in the Kate Daniels series. I was sent, I believe, the last book in the series in my Bubbles and Books box, so I wanted to start at the beginning, get some references at least before I try to read that last one so that I can understand what's going on. If I need to read the whole series, let me know. Next up, we have two of the Carpathian novels by Christine Feehan, both sent to me in my Bubbles and Books. The first one here I have is Dark Legend. I recently reread this, so you can hear my thoughts all about it. And then we have Dark Sentinel, which is one in the Carpathian novels that I have not read yet. So I'm interested to get into this one. I'm hoping to get to it this month. And then last but not least, I mentioned these in my previous haul. So technically I bought them in the last quarter, but I wanted to actually like show you guys in a haul what they are. And these are the first two books in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. I have a whole reading vlog talking about these, so I will leave that linked for you. All right, moving on to the next size up, which is like a trade paperback size or like a YA hardback size. So first up, I have the last two books in the Steele Brothers saga in which we're following Marjorie and Bryce. I really enjoy the series. This isn't a series for everyone. It's very heavy, very dark, very hard-hitting. If you've watched any of my hauls, quarterly hauls in the last year, you've probably seen this series. So just know that basically I'm putting up trigger warnings for everything. It's really dark, really intense. This series in particular, I'm going to put the trigger for self-harm out there because that is present in the entirety of the series. Next up, we have The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa. This is a rom-com that I'm hoping to get to this month. Haven't gotten to it yet, and it just looks like it's going to be a good old fun time. Next, we have Racked and Stacked by Lorelei James, another cowboy romance. Haven't gotten to it yet. Hoping to get to it this month. Then we have How to Love Your Elf. Again, another one. It's a fae-based romance. It looks like it's more satirical. hoping to get to it this month. Then we have The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren. I recently read this. I enjoyed it. It's 4 stars. It's not perfect. It's got its problems, but I had a good time reading it. And then in this haul, I have 5 Jamie Maguire books. So I'm just going to start at the top and work our way down. I don't know if they're in order or not, but that's how we're going to do this. So first up, we have A Beautiful Funeral, Beautiful Burn, Beautiful Sacrifice, and Beautiful Redemption. Those are all part of the Maddox Brothers series. And then I picked up The Edge of Us, which is a sequel to From Here to You, following kind of the fire crew that 2 of the Maddox brothers are part of. Have not gotten to this one yet, hoping to get to it soon, but I have read all of the others and I enjoyed them. They all got about 4 stars. Then we have Love Her or Lose Her by Tessa Bailey. This is kind of Tessa Bailey's answer to the Bromance Book Club, I would say. This is about a couple trying to stay together. I really enjoyed this, solid 4. I still think the Bromance Book Club did it better, but I did enjoy this, and I think it's a good read, and I think it's worth a try if you like Tessa Bailey's smut. If you don't like her smut, you're not going to enjoy this one. Maggie Spice by Annette Hawes. I was kindly sent this by the author. I ended up giving it about 3 stars. We're following an elderly woman based out of Salt Lake City. It was interesting, but just not really my cup of tea. Then we have Love Unscripted by Owen Nichols. This is I believe, a YA contemporary. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Looks really cute. Then we have Kalahari. This is a YA fantasy by Jessica Corey. This author I've ended up really loving, so I wanted to try something else by them. And this little dinged up copy was on sale at my local Barnes & Noble, so I ended up picking that one up. When I get to this, I promise you'll hear my thoughts. Then we have A Queen in Hiding by Sarah Kozloff. Now, this is a series that they've been rapidly releasing through Tor. It'll be 4 total, and I believe the first 3 are out. This is the first one, and it's the 9 Realms series. I'm hoping to get to this in May because my April's all booked up. If I end up with extra time, I'll probably pick it up in April. But I'm just really interested about this. It is almost 500 pages long, so it's a little on the beefy side, but not too bad for an adult fantasy. So I'm excited. And then I have 2 that I picked up together, and that is Empire of Sand and Realm of Ash. All of my friends who love fantasy have been raving about this series that have read it, and so I think it's just time for me to pick these up. I'm hoping to get this finished after I finish the Rhaeria Revelation series. I'm going to focus on this and Wheel of Time after that, so you'll be seeing these soon. And then I picked up Rogue Princess by B.B. Myers. This is, I believe it's a new YA fantasy featuring a woman of color, and that's about all I know about it right now. I don't know too much. Hoping to get to it soon. I remember really liking the description when I read it though. And then we have The Magnolia Sword, A Ballad of Mulan. This looks like a Mulan retelling, and I'm just really interested to see where and how this is gonna go. We might use this for Tell It Again. I don't know. I gotta talk to April. Once we finish the Lunar Chronicles project, we haven't really talked about anything past that, so it might be in there. We'll see. And then I have Unchained Blood Bond Saga Book 1 by Helen Hart. This is the same author that does the Steel Brothers saga that I really enjoy, and this is one that I'm hoping is going to be good. I'm really craving good vampire stories lately, so I think this might be right up my alley. Now we have Of Curses and Kisses by Sandhya Menon. This is supposed to be like Beauty and the Beast in boarding school. I've heard some people have been disappointed by this. I'm just hoping it's going to be a good, fun time. So we will see how I feel about this once I read it. I've been saying that a lot. I'm really sorry. I promise to tell you all my thoughts once I read these things, because that's what I do on this channel. Gosh, Shayla, shut up. Anyway, moving on. So we have The Stars We Steal by Alexa Dunn. This is supposed to be a Persuasion in Space retelling. I'm really hoping to get to this one soon. I see that a lot in this haul too. Yes, Persuasion retelling in space. Thoughts coming soon. Whoa, they're gonna fall. They are falling. It's a mess. All right, next up we have Night Spinner by Addie Thorley. This is supposed to be a Hunchback of Notre Dame inspired story where we are gender swapped and we're dealing with a returned soldier after war. So I think it's going to be really interesting. All my friends that have read it have really enjoyed it. So this is one that's on my list, on my radar, for sure. All right, we are in the final size, which is like the book of the month size or like the adult hardback size. So first up we have Heart of Flames by Nikki Powell Preto. I loved book 1, Crown of Feathers, in this series, so I'm hoping to buddy read this with Lindsay relatively soon. It's a big boy, so I'm excited, and I'm really interested to see what's going to happen in this series. Then we have The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller. This is a new short YA fantasy. I'm just going to say this first part of the description. Alessandra is tired of being overlooked, but she has a plan to gain power. Woo the Shadow King, marry him, kill him, and take his kingdom for herself. So I think this is going to be a romp of a ride. It's short, so I wonder how it's going to play out, but yes, we'll see. And then randomly in a blind date with a book box, pick at Barnes & Noble, I ended up with Cursed by Frank Miller and Thomas Wheeler. This looks relatively interesting, so I'm really Born in the Dawn to Pass in the Twilight is what it says on the back. I'm interested to see my thoughts by the end. Next we have The Midnight Lie by Marie Rudkowski. I love Marie Rudkowski's Winners trilogy, so I'm really interested to see how I feel about her new series. And again, another one I'm hoping to read very, very soon. And then last but not least, I have my Book of the Month books. So I picked up The Sound of Stars by Alicia Dow. This looked like a fun sci-fi story. And then I have The Two Lives of Lydia Bird, which is a interesting flashback, flash forward, almost style, sliding doors kind of romance. And then I have Anna K by Jenny Lee. This is I believe it's a Korean inspired version of Anna Karenina. So I'm really interested, obviously, because I bought it. Then we have All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. This looks like a dark fantasy, and my friends that have read it have really enjoyed it. I'm interested to see where I land on the spectrum. And then we have Throw Like a Girl by Sarah Henning, which just looks really adorable. And then last but not least for this haul, we have Havenfall by Sarah Holland. This is one I'm buddy reading with Lindsay this month, and we'll share my thoughts very soon. All right, friends, so that is my novel haul for this quarter. It is a bit less than I have done recently, and I did blitz through these. I'm sorry I don't have better descriptions. These videos would be like an hour long if I did that. So yes, if I've read it and you're interested in my thoughts, all my wrap-ups, as I said, are linked down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Tell me what you hauled in the last quarter, what your favorite thing that you've read is. Just talk to me down in the comments. I love chatting with you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.